Hello time travelers! This is a quick video to show you a tool that I made to inspect your Stable Diffusion embeddings to see if they're overtrained, so you know when to stop the training. This video is actually in reaction to some people having troubles installing it, as you could see here in these comments, and I helped them along. But the thing is with me, I do so much that I forgot that I had to do all these install commands. So I'm going to show you how useful this tool is and how to install it. And hopefully by the end I can even make it like a pip install requirements thing, so you don't have to type all this junk out. So here I am in Stable Diffusion, and let's say I just did some training, and this is just a mock-up. I just filled in all this stuff with previous settings that I used for a training. And I like to have the log directory set like this in the same folder where your data set is, and I'll show you why. So here's my data set in my Burmy processed folder with all my text files with the prompts for the images, right? Those are images I grabbed off the internet. And I like this to poop out its results into the same place so I can find it. Like this. This particular example is right here. And the main thing it makes, depending on how you set up these two numbers, is, you know, because it's saving an image and saving an embedding, it not just makes the embeddings, but it also saves it to a CSV file. And reading this file will help you know the loss. And you want the loss as low as possible. For example, this is a good one right here. It's 0.05. But this is really hard to read. And if you open it up in a spreadsheet program like Google Sheets or Excel, that's one way to do it. But I was like, that's a waste of time. I just want to hit a couple buttons. Also, while teaching myself how to do embeddings and doing my research online, I stumbled across this sweet little script from another person's GitHub repository, and allows me to inspect the embedding files as their output. So in this case, I have it output a new embedding file every 50 steps, and it puts them in this folder that says embeddings. You see how I have a PT file for every 50? And I apologize to everyone for forgetting that you had to do a bunch of pip install commands to get it working. This is my look of disapproval. All right, here's my batch file. I'll show you a quick example of how it works before I show you how to install it. You go to this folder where your outputs are for whichever training session you did. Go to Alt-D so you get in the address bar. Hit Control-C to copy. Go over here and hit Option-F, Enter, and paste that in. Now, show loss is going to run a VB script that reads through the CSV file. And by default, it's only going to show you numbers that are under 0.03, and you can always change it. So that I've got a bunch of choices there, so I can try those embedding files and do test renders of images to see how they come out. If I go, you know, to the matching embedding file, for example, 4500, I just go to embeddings, scroll down until I find 4500, and copy paste that into Stable Diffusion embeddings folder. Now, another thing I learned later is about the strength. The strength values over 0.2 may be overtrained, so if you hit option 3, that runs this other guy's script against all the embedding file outputs. And if you gave your model a good embedding rate, then it won't train too quickly, and you'll be able to analyze these to know right when it hit 0.2 around this area, and try these and compare it back to your show loss list. All right, anyways, moving on to installing it. To make sure that I have to install all of the different things, I'm using this Windows 10 virtual machine. Why am I not using Windows 11? Because I don't feel like throwing up in my mouth while recording this video. So there's two GitHub repositories, both linked in the description of what this, and for both of them, you're gonna hit code, download zip. So this other one is by this user, ZYIN055. He's got this file that we need right here, code, download zip. Now I didn't set up Firefox on this machine to ask me where to download, so I need to move them. So I'm gonna select both and hit Control-X and go into my Stable Diffusion folder here. Pretend I actually have a Stable Diffusion Web UI folder, and I'm gonna put training as a new folder, paste those in, and I'm gonna hit Alt and Enter on each one to bring up the Properties menu and hit Unblock on both. The reason being, because if you don't, the scripts that we pull out won't work. I'm gonna open up the first one, which is from that other guy, and I'm just gonna drag that script out. It's inspect training embedding.py. Hold on. I like to show extensions. Stop hiding things from me, Windows! There we go. I need all of these out of here, out of my GitHub thingy I made. Alt-D, CMD, enter. Okay. Embedding .bat. So let's first give it a folder, which is F. Let's just copy these 3 over. Oh, wait. This virtual machine doesn't have enough room, but it'll probably do it over the network. What are you doing, Windows? You're making me ruin the scene. Fine, I'll type it out. Minor 3 C dollar AI stuff, stable diffusion, training, celebrities, Amber Mid Thunder, and then no. There's a folder. But when you put these in, make sure there's no quotations at the beginning or the end. Show loss, enter. That worked. Now inspect training. Now I should get some errors that I have to fix. So no module is named torch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to just do one of these commands, and then I'm going to copy paste them all in a notepad, and at the end show you that, so you can just type them all at once. And then I'm also going to make a requirements.txt and see if I can get it to run that. So it says torch, pip install torch. Obviously you guys need to have Python and pip already installed. There goes torch in magical Christmas tree colors, I guess. Well, I only had to install 4 things. Torch, numpy, pandas, and matplotlib. Or mat... Obviously that's matplot library. Okay, let's try this. Let's see if I can use requirements.txt. This will be my first time ever making one of these. Pip, and I'm looking over here because I'm reading an article I just found. Install -r requirements.txt. Oh, I'm in the wrong folder. CD training. So let's see if a command will install all of these things. Pip space install space -r space requirements.txt. Invalid requirement. Pip install torch. So it just quits if one of them fails? I guess. I'm still putting this in the GitHub repository for everybody. So hopefully with this tool that I provided you, you'll be able to save a lot of time on figuring out where to stop your training at for your embeddings. And if you haven't seen it yet, check out this video over here where I show you how to use embeddings, and maybe there's a bunch of tricks in there that you haven't figured out yet. Or maybe you can tell me in the comments some stuff you figured out. And YouTube's algorithm will put a video down there, and you can subscribe to the channel right here. All right, bye.